The NAR settlement continues to impact large firms. This week, we have a special Women's Month spotlight. And trust me, you will not believe the top 5 cities where rents have actually dropped. I'm Jeffrey St. Arromand with Serhant here on Estate Media. Let's get to the point. So coming in at number 5 this week is this ongoing story with the NAR settlement. This story isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Many people don't realize that with this settlement, it doesn't cover brokerages that earn more than $2 billion. So that leaves upwards of 90 brokerages that aren't covered by the settlement. So Compass this week recently did a settlement for a little over $57 million. Expect to hear from Douglas Elliman and Redfin as well soon as they look to settle. So you really got to be all over this this settlement to find out what's the latest with this, because this is very fluid and continues to have legs as more firms earning $2 billion plus look to make their own settlement. So coming in at number 4 this week, we are celebrating Women's Month and showcasing 4 women at Serhant that are in leadership roles. And this is something that needs to be applauded because we're in a real estate industry that desperately lacks diversity. We have 4 women here that head finance, marketing, new development, and operations. So take a look at this article and really read how these women are the brains and the backbone behind Serhant. So coming in at number 3 this week is an article that talks about the rents around the country and where can you find the best deals for rents. Now, first thing you know is interest rates go up, the demand for rents go up, and the prices go up. But this actually discusses this top 5 where rents have gone down. This is a surprising list. Number 3 on the list is the ATL in Atlanta. I would never thought that rents would go down there, but compared to last month, they've gone down 4%. And then number 2 on the list is actually Austin, Texas. Now, everyone loves Austin, loves South by Southwest, but I would never think that those rents would go down by 4.4%. And in the number 1 slot is Memphis, Tennessee, with a whopping 5% drop in rents from month to month. So if you're considering moving, those are the best cities for you to move to where you can get a deal, at least right now, on the rents. So at the second spot this week is an article in Inman that talks about something that all of a sudden is getting its own life of its own, squatting. If you're on TikTok, you'll notice that there's a lot of viral videos about squatting that's going on. Even some people are demonstrating how to use squat. And then in New York, there's been tons of media coverage about squatting where people are actually losing their homes for squatting. Now, New York specifically, they have laws that favor squatters because once you occupy a home for 30 days or more, you actually have squatter rights. And in Atlanta, apparently there's upwards of 1,200 homes with squatters. And then recently, of all places, at 90210 in that area code in Beverly Hills, there's a family that's squatted and taken over a home, throws parties and everything else. So squatting is getting this new phenomenon around here, and this article is pretty interesting. You should check it out. So at the number 1 spot, it takes us back to New York City. First of all, we know there's a housing crisis everywhere, but especially in New York City. And one thing that kind of helps to aid the housing crisis is 421A, which is a tax abatement. And this serves as an incentive for developers for them to build more housing. But right now, there's a bit of a stalemate between REBNY, which is the Real Estate Board of New York, and the construction unions, where they have to come to an agreement on the wages for construction workers. And REBNY has said this is their final and best offer, and the construction unions have turned it down. And so now we're at an impasse. So hopefully, before the April 1 deadline, this gets resolved, which I seriously doubt it. And ironically, April 1 is April Fool's Day. So looks like somebody's going to be a fool here. The biggest fool are going to be the New York residents who are looking for more housing because we still yet to get a new 421A tax abatement. But take a look at this article. It tells you all the nuances about 421A and what's the stalemate and why are we yet to get one resolved. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow Estate Media to get your top 5 real estate stories of the week.